has come for a total around maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening and welcome to the evening news. My name is Uchechukwu Ebonam. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has refuted claims by a publication online that Anambra State under his administration is seeking to borrow 245 billion naira. Governor Soludo made this known while responding to questions from the media shortly after a statewide broadcast on Anambra's 33rd anniversary celebration at the Governor's Lodge, Amobia. He described the news as fake, stressing that his administration is not aware and has no plan to borrow funds for now. While stressing that borrowing in itself is not bad, Governor Soludo emphasized that his government has a narrow and stringent criteria about borrowing. The governor recalled that even though the State House of Assembly approved for his administration to borrow 100 billion naira in 2022, his government has not borrowed one kobo yet. According to the governor, his administration has been working on projects that will be bankable and that his government will not borrow for consumption. Anambra State government has apprehended and paraded 10 suspected illegal miners who engaged in illegal sand mining activity in a government-restricted area in Aguleri, Anambra East Council area of the state. The suspects, whose activities have threatened residents and the environment, were apprehended by the enforcement team of Operation Clean and Healthy Anambra Ocha Brigade and paraded at its headquarters in Oka. Correspondent Chibuzo Obidike tells us more.
Managing Director of Ocha Brigade, Comrade Celestina Nere, revealed that the said area was sealed off months ago because of the illegal mining activities and dredging that have posed serious environmental threats to the area, and wondered why some individuals are bent on flouting government order. According to him, the suspects will be charged to court and warned that all sites sealed must not be trespassed by anyone or group of persons, as ignorance is not an excuse to the law. Comrade Anere explained that 10-kilometer radius of the restricted area is protected from any sand mining or excavation activities, bemoaning the losses the state has incurred from activities of sand miners. Comrade Anere vowed that those illegal sand miners in any part of the state will not escape the long arms of the law, as his office has been strengthened to arrest and prosecute anyone found engaging in the illegal activity.
You see, we are on a drive now to stop all this illegality, because we are going to seize the tippers, we are going to confiscate whatever earth-moving equipment that they are using to do these illegal acts. So we are going to stop it regardless of who is involved.
The enforcement exercise continued with a routine visit to identified mining sites in other parts of Anambra State.
The Anambra State Universal Basic Education Board, ASUBEB, has held its 2024 annual leadership retreat for officers in charge, head teachers and directors, Group 1, drawn from 6 educational zones of the state. The retreat held at Okpuno, Oka South Council area, had its theme as Education as Panacea for Human Capital Development, Effective and Efficient School Management as Sustaining Factors. Queen Anabogo filed the report.
Dr. Vera Wadinobi, during an interactive section with the participants, described teachers as people who have unimaginable powers and influence over their pupils and students, and urged them to use the abilities to teach their learners moral and family values. While saying that life is no longer sacred in Nigeria, Dr. Wadinobi called on everyone to go back to Nigerian societal values, saying that a society that has no value brings up children who are unruly, pointing out that morality is crucial to proper functioning of the society. She advised teachers to go back to teaching learners skills, adding that the curriculum should incorporate what is practical so that the children will learn hard work even at tender ages.
Let us stop playing so much emphasis on scores so that they will learn these things practically, not just in theory. School should intensify the use of home visits, telephone conversations with the parents, newsletters, bulletin boards, workshops, and regular face-to-face communication to keep families informed about
A resource person, Mrs. Kate Ndulwe, in her presentation titled Curriculum Prepares Learners to Meet the Needs of the Society, School as Propeller, explained that curriculum are things they teach in schools to help children become good citizens and solve the problems of their communities.
Curriculum is the content, the method, and the sequence of teaching and learning. All the learning activities that learners engage in order to achieve specific learning goals and outcomes.
Another resource person, Engineer Mike Nebo, who spoke extensively on the topic data collection and analysis management in schools, described ASUBEB as a database commission, adding that the importance of data collection in the school system cannot be overemphasized. In a vote of thanks, one of the participants from Nnewi Zone, Mrs. Edith Uzochukwu, commended the chairman of ASUBEB for her doggedness in moving education forward through the board as well as the directors of their corporation.
You are doing very well. You are good to make the education forward. I say thank you, man. I appreciate everything you are doing and the one you did now. You are always out to teach because you are a teacher.
During the interactive section, some of the participants asked questions about gray areas of the profession and received clarifications, while the retreat, which began on the 25th of August, will end on 25th September 2024 for all the 4 groups.
Members of Ezebulu family in Ifite village in Kwele-Zunaka in Oyi local government area, owners of Obogugu land, otherwise called Hillview Estate, has appealed to Governor Soludo to look into what they called illegal dezoning and selling of utility plots within the estate. They made the appeal during a press conference at the residence of their chairman, Mr. Vincent Wankwo, after conducting pressmen around the estate. Correspondent Chibuzo Obidike tells us more.
In the press, Mr. Wankwo, who noted with dismay the dezoning of the utility plots, appealed for the release of all their entitlements, including 20% compensatory plots from the 89 plots realized from ravages and 20% compensatory plots from the 56 plots realized from A plots in accordance with the Anambra State land use policy. He also called for the return of all SPO plots as provided in the original master plan for the provision of schools, hospitals, recreation parks, gardens, and event centers, among others, to achieve a decent housing estate.
Actually, in the protest, I say, Anambra State will know now. I'm one of the Soludo, I gave you good office here. I'm never going to be.
Contributing, the attorney of the family, Barrister Chinedu Ufondo, added that since the SPO plots have been converted into residential plots, the release of 20% realizable plots from the 38 plots realized is due to the family still in accordance with Anambra State's land use policy. Barrister Ufondo frowned that despite the fact that contracts were at different times awarded and fully paid to the developer for quality access roads, electricity, water supply, perimeter fencing by Anambra State Housing Corporation, some of the roads, especially those of the compensatory plots, have not been opened or deforested for the first time. After 20 years, it was awarded and pleaded with Governor Soludo to send an independent team to inspect the quality of work done at the estate.
What is happening in Hillview has persisted and it has continued. So by this, we have advised our clients not to engage in any kind of protest or violence. If by this press briefing we can call the attention of the government, we believe that he has not been well briefed on what is happening there.
speaking through a telephone interview. When contacted on the matter, the managing director, Anambra State Housing Development Corporation, Mr. Chike Anyonu, categorically made it clear that Ezubolo family is chasing an invisible thing and that their allegations are not founded because they have been duly paid their compensation and compensatory clause given, while tracing the origin of the estate back to 2005 during the administration of Senator Chris Ngige till he assumed office in 2022. Mr. Anyonu, who noted that the plan has gone through different managements and boards with various updates, affirmed that their grievances were not caused by him nor Governor Soludo, as he is only working with what he met on ground. According to him, the Ezubolo family has gotten all their entitlements, and for those other public utilities which they from time to time illegally share with developers are no longer available, as the corporation has assigned them for the establishment of education, health, market, and others, and assured that even though they inherited the estate with the present design the developer is working with, they can only address issues with merit and relevance.
Still to come in the news tonight. Federal government urges media houses to emphasize Nigeria's positive outcomes. Israel launches military operation in West Bank, killing 9 Palestinians. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. The news returns shortly after the break.
Hey, mommy.
What?
Sonia tomato mix, stand up, Sonia tomato mix, stand up. Is it to open? Is it to squeeze? Is it to scoop? And is it to stir? Dishes come alive with so much taste. Sonia tomato mix, of course. Sonia tomato mix, yes sir. Sonia tomato mix, stand up,
I'm in love. No, but with you, of course, my darling.
Sonia tomato mix in a new stand-up pouch.
Welcome back to the rest of the news. The federal government has called on international media organizations to pay attention to the positive narratives coming out of Nigeria rather than concentrating only on the negatives. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mr. Mohammed Idris, made the call during a walking visit to the BBC headquarters in London. According to a statement signed by his media aide, Mr. Rabiu Ibrahim, the minister's visit is part of broader efforts by the Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation to build bridges with both foreign and local media organizations. Idris, during his meeting with senior BBC executives, including the Deputy Chief Executive Officer of BBC News and Director of BBC World Service, Jonathan Monroe, stressed the importance of media houses with global influence and understanding the social, political, and cultural context of the region they report on, adding that the media plays an indispensable role in shaping the right narratives, fostering understanding, and driving development. Mr. Idris praised the BBC's role as a key narrator of Nigeria's political journey, but he also called for more balanced reporting, urging them to highlight Nigeria's progress and successes, particularly by focusing on stories that inspire hope and emphasize positive outcomes in the country. The minister also addressed the growing issue of misinformation and fake news, which is described as a significant challenge for the youth in Nigeria and worldwide. From the foreign scenes, Israel launched a large-scale military operation in occupied West Bank, killing at least 9 Palestinians and sealing off the volatile city of Jenin. Israel has carried out near daily raids across the West Bank since the Hamas attacks on 7th October of last year, which triggered an ongoing war in Gaza that has killed tens of thousands. Israeli military spokesman Lieutenant General Nadav Shoshani said that large forces had entered the volatile city of Jenin, which has long been a militant stronghold, as well as Tal Karan and Al Farah refugee camp. He said the 9 dead were all militants, including 3 killed in an airstrike in Tulkarem, another 4 in an airstrike in Al-Farah, and that another 5 suspected militants were arrested, and explained that the raids were the first stage of an even larger operation aimed at preventing attacks on Israeli civilians. Israeli Foreign Minister Israel Katz drew comparisons with Gaza and called for similar measures in the West Bank. Shoshani said that there was no plan to evacuate civilians. The Palestinian Health Ministry in the West Bank said Israeli forces had blocked the roads leading to a hospital with dirt barriers and surrounded all the medical facilities in Jenin. Shoshani said the military was trying to prevent militants from taking shelter in hospitals. Hamas called on Palestinians in the West Bank to rise up, saying the raids are part of a larger plan to expand the war in Gaza, and blaming the escalation on U.S. support for Israel. From the world of sports, Cristiano Ronaldo, a name synonymous with excellence in European football, is set to receive a prestigious honor from UEFA, solidifying his status as UEFA Champions League's all-time top scorer. The special award will be presented by UEFA President Alexander Ceferin during the 2024-2025 UEFA Champions League draw ceremony on Thursday, 29th August at the Grimaldi Forum in Monaco. According to a statement from the UEFA website, Ronaldo's unparalleled achievements in UEFA Champions League, including his 140 goals across 184 appearances, have redefined the competition's history. As the only player to have scored in 3 separate finals and a five-time winner, this honor acknowledges his enduring legacy and sets a monumental benchmark for future generations of footballers. This was detailed in a release titled Cristiano Ronaldo to be honored as UEFA Champions League all-time top scorer. The former sporting club of the Portugal, Manchester United, Real Madrid and Juventus forward has scored 140 Champions League goals in 183 appearances. He is 11 goals clear of Lionel Messi and 46 ahead of third place Robert Lewandowski at the top of the scoring charts. Before we go tonight, remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS TV from liking our Facebook page at Anambra Broadcasting Service. On YouTube, we are ABS Television Oka. On X, formerly Twitter, we are ABS Radio TV. On Instagram, we are ABS Radio TV. Log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. Now the main points that made the news again tonight. Governor Soludo has debunked reports and plans to borrow 245 billion naira. Anambra government has paraded 10 persons for illegal mining in Aguleri. Federal government has urged media houses to emphasize Nigeria's positive outcomes. From the foreign scenes, we told you that Israel has launched a military operation in West Bank, killing 9 Palestinians. To end the news, here is a special message again. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values, has given maximum support for the task ahead. And that's all on the news tonight. My name is Uchechukwu Ebonam. Good night.